Shut this.
I don't know if she's thinking you could reach it.
Yeah, that one is a step. The other one, I can't reach the other one.
Joe, you put me up on your shoulders.
Good afternoon. This is the Board of Appeals, Town of Hempstead, October 26, 2022, 2 o'clock meeting. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
I see a lot of familiar faces, so I don't think I have to go into it in great detail, but you know the routine, we're going to do adjournments first. When we call the case, we'll go in order. We come up, everybody gets sworn in. Applicant will present their case, then if there's any witnesses or opposition, everybody will have an opportunity. We close the case, it'll go on a decision calendar. Most of the cases will be decided today. They'll go on a reserve or a referral calendar and be decided in the future. Everything is both being recorded electronically. We're on a live feed and also going down with being taken down by a stenographer. So please make sure that you speak slowly and clearly.
Mr. Chairman, we have one request for adjournment for this afternoon. It's case 33222 Lookout. 70 Leo Boulevard 2 LLC. Waive off-street parking, maintaining roof over rear yard variance. Doing business as an employee, aka 70 Leo Boulevard.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, appearing for the applicant, Howard Atkinson, 21106 Merritt Avenue, Merritt. The principal of the applicant has some personal issues, which resulted in requesting that I seek an adjournment of this hearing. We're looking for March 29 at 2 p.m. If that's available, I discussed it with the secretary in advance. That would be appropriate for subject to the
Since we did adopt the calendar about 2 hours ago, I think that date works, so we're going to adjourn this to March 29 at 2 p.m.
Thank you so much.
Everything?
Enjoy the spring-like weather, everyone.
The air conditioning.
Mr. Chairman, I have no other requests for adjournment. First, we have case 67522 Belmore. Christopher Stadmeyer, variance lot area occupied side yard to construct a second-story addition attached to dwelling, also known as 2635 Martin Avenue. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So you got it. Take a seat. Sit your name and address to the right.
Good afternoon, members of the board, Mr. Chair. My name is Mark Anthony Monastery. My office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue, Belmore. And today I'm appearing for my client, Christopher Stadmeyer, who is the owner and the occupant of the subject property.
All right, what can we do for you?
This morning we're requesting variance to construct a rear second-story addition that would put this home over the permitted lot coverage and have a slightly less than permitted existing side yard setback. If it's okay, I'd like to submit just 2 pictures. I'm sure most of you guys, but also a picture of the back of the house just so you can see the existing conditions.
I will accept those pictures. Now, it says second-story addition. But are you extending the house out a little? Because you also asked me the lot area.
So the second story is both. basically a cantilever on posts across the back of the house, so it does count for lot coverage. It does not touch the ground, per se, the whole unit, but it does count.
So it's not two-story, it's just a
Second story, correct. My client's home is a Cape-style home on a lesser lot of 5,000 square feet, built in the late 1920s to early 1930s. Our proposed renovation and addition would include a second-story addition to the back half of the home, consisting of 3 bedrooms and a bath. Our proposed second-story addition would be aligned with the for the full run from the east to the west side, from the halfway point to the back. This would be maintaining the existing non-conforming side yard on the west side of 4.7 feet. Our request is to increase the permitted lot coverage from 27.5 to 28.48, slightly less than 1% overage, or 24 square feet. Additionally, we'd like to reduce the side yard on the west side 4.7 feet instead of the 5 foot requirement. This is a note that this is an existing non-conforming side yard. There's no additional encroachment. It's going straight up from where the existing is today. There are 2 open permits dating back to 1953 and 2019, which will be closed out during this renovation.
What was the 2019 one?
The original. The 1219 is, I'm sorry about that, the 1-story rear addition. You could actually see it in the picture.
I see it on the picture. I just didn't know if that was it.
Yep. And in 53, there was they enclosed the front porch. They also had to close that.
That's your case.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other questions from the board?
I'm hearing to close the matter based on decision comes, 1 story, no close decision.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you.
Next, we have case 67622, West Hempstead, Claude Antonelli and Deborah Hempstead, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 545 Maxwell Street. Please stand and raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name and address for the record.
Lisa Bashir with Permits or Else, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791.
Claude Antonelli, 545 Maxwell Street, West Hempstead, New York, 11552.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I'm here representing Mr. Antonelli, who wishes to maintain a mother-daughter use. This property is located in a Residence B zone. Mr. Antonelli and his daughter Danielle live in the home, and they are both aware of all the rules and regulations of a mother-daughter permit. Mr. Antonelli resides on the first floor, and his daughter Danielle resides on the second floor. Mr. Antonelli respectfully requests your approval.
This is a maintained CTS.
It had a mother-daughter permit which expired.
Oh, okay, so it has, because it's not on my calendar as a maintain, and that helps to know it was a mother-daughter, it expired. Was it your client's mother-daughter previously?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, so the only 2 residents of this house are going to be Claude and Danielle.
Correct.
What about Deborah?
I'm separated with this one.
I'm sorry, I said it.
She doesn't live there anymore.
We're separated.
Because somebody wrote an opposition saying that she doesn't live in the house, it's just working. Yes, she does not live in the house, okay. So it's just the 2 of you and your daughter? Are you aware that if this is granted, it's personal to you if you sell the house or transfer? This, you lose the mother-daughter?
Yes, sir.
And it must maintain the appearance of a one-family dwelling, 1 doorbell, 1 electric, and 1 mailbox.
Yes, sir.
And you were given a mother-daughter fact sheet already, you agreed to abide by the terms.
I'm sorry?
You were given a mother-daughter fact sheet, you read that fact sheet, you agreed to abide by those terms?
I do, sir.
Okay, how many cars are there between you and your daughter?
There'll be 2.
And is there room to park both cars across the
Yes.
street? So there's no parking issues
Yes.
there?
May I just ask, were you the person who had the previous mother-daughter? I take it.
Yes.
And is there anything else that you would like to add? other questions from the board?
Will the hearing close the matter be placed on the consent agenda? Mr. Chia, you and your friend are both on now. The board's decision on this consent.
Opposed, any abstentions?
Next, we have case 67722, West Hempstead, Robert R. Pell, variances, lot area occupied, side yards applicant, construction two-story addition, second-story addition, both attached dwelling. 607 Colonnade Road.
Is there anybody here in this case? Robert and Tamar Copel? All right, we're going to do a second call.
Okay. Next, we have case 67822, New York Island Park, 4261 Realty Holding LLC. Use variance of maintaining 2 apartments and storage in existing building, known as 4261 Boston Boulevard. Stand up and correct. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Mark Lebo, 3K Lane, FA.
Brandon Hamchuk, 783 Tack Drive, West Islip, New York, 11795. Good afternoon. We are here today to renew a use variance on this property. It was previously granted under case number 585 of 12. And from what I understand, the switching of these building department system from paper to electronic, the property owner did not receive the renewal paperwork.
So it's like the last case, it's a renewal that didn't get renewed, but it was granted in the form that was requested at this time.
Correct, yes. Yeah, it was temporarily granted.
And they have different requests. When I went to the fair, they had different requests on one, so I don't know why.
Listen, this is the Dunkin' Donuts, so I'm just kind of from the beginning. When you said Wayne Edwards, right? Did you own the property?
Yes.
Wayne Edwards used to represent you, right?
Yes.
So you know that front yard setback in front? So because the drive-through goes around, there's not supposed to be parking in that front yard setback, and there used to be curbs. And every couple of years, Wayne Edwards would come in and I'd say, hey, Mr. Edwards, because I live in that area, tell them to put those curbs back, because they keep taking the curbs out. So
I'll put
people,
it back. No problem.
well, yes, you've done a number of times if you were the owner, but that front yard setback, I'm concerned that it needs to be kept free of vehicles. Number one, because they're not legally parked there, but number two, when you come around that drive-through, I want the people exiting the drive-through on Austin Boulevard to be able to have some line of sight to the oncoming traffic. Okay? So we need to preclude the parking in that front yard setback. And we do this about every 5 years, but it's a safety issue, so I'm not just trying to
I
cut
will
the job.
comply with it, no problem.
No, those are different because the line of sight's here. Can't be parking all south. When it used to be a laundry place, they did the same thing.
One place is not blocked, yeah.
No, but it used to be in your building. I don't know if you owned it at the time, and then they moved it to that.
That was way before my house.
Well, I've been here 17 years, so I remember, and I live in that neighborhood, so basically.
Maybe you could strike that area because
I think.
Yeah, I know we do something like to put a mounted rocks there, or anything.
Yeah, if you just put something there so that when
No
people go
problem.
out
I
that
want
drive-through,
to-
you know what I'm saying though, right? That drive-through, when they come around the building for the donut place, I want there to be some kind of line of sight because Austin Boulevard, cars travel relatively quickly.
No problem, I take care of it tomorrow.
All right, so, sorry, I digress, but okay, go ahead with the rest of the application.
So the granting in 2012 was temporarily granted until July 2017. Again, at which time we were not given the notice to renew and
And it's different express, yeah.
And
When I went to the court, okay, they put evidence on one short express. It's pretty chase line with that pavement, it's really looks.
What court? Did you have a court hearing?
Yeah,
You got cited in an incident for what?
for no permit, but I had the permit, they took care of it, 1, 2, 3.
That's because the address on your original application was in one. That's what I'm looking at right
Not
now.
chasing them.
And what gave rise to the case? What issue was raised in that?
There was no issue.
No. What was the issue the court was addressing? Let me rephrase that.
Why'd you get a summons?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Why'd you get
For no permit, but then I went to the BZA, and the BZA attorney took care of it, and then I went to the court, and they dismissed it right away.
Wait, no permit for,
Yeah.
no permit to operate the Dunkin' Donuts, no permit to operate the nail salon,
The apartments.
the apartments, only the apartments.
Yeah. And I just renewed another one for $200 permit.
For the same property?
Is the request for the apartments in terms of the size, the number of apartments identical to the prior one that was approved?
Yes. Everything's the same.
When did you come to own the property?
1968.
Oh, so you owned it when there was a laundromat there?
No, the one that was town for it, yeah.
No. The laundromat used to be next to Dunkin' Donuts.
Or maybe I'm wrong.
You are. But okay.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm
So
sorry.
you owned it throughout this process. That's all I wanted to know. So you know the two apartments are the
He
same.
wasn't even born in 1960.
Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm a human.
Yes, the laundromat was there. They removed it. They moved it down the block. I took out the permits in 2018 to try to set up the box. And here we are today. The parts of the
I think he has a drive-through. Is that what it's?
yes. The drive-through was granted case number 714 in 2008. That was
714-2008.
that was granted Dunkin' Donuts maintained drive-through window with canopy above in conjunction with Dunkin'
And
Donuts.
when does that expire?
December 8, 2004, and then 2013.
Yeah, we had the.
So what I have last, it was temporary granted until September 3rd, 13. I don't know what
So
happened.
that's expired also.
No.
I can't answer that.
They redid it. The operation of Dunkin' Donuts just redid it
When?
last year.
Can you show us that?
No.
I don't have it either. So maybe you should get it. Maybe we should hold this case up until you get that. And we'll give you like 30 days for you to get it. I mean, it's only right.
In the interest of justice here, okay? I mean, they've held us up over a year for BZA and everything else.
Yes.
But what
Okay.
is it holding
But,
up?
first they wanted 2 apartments, then they wanted 3 apartments, and one was a vacant, it was never an apartment, okay? You lost the paperwork, Fred went through it with me, okay? Mary Ann went through it with me, and, it was supposed to be a simple thing.
It could be a simple thing. All you have to do is renew the drive-through.
I don't know what, the corporation does that, the tenant does that. They're responsible for it.
It runs with the property itself. It's not just the tenant. You and the tenant are both the same when it comes to.
It's in their lease, we do, and everything else we do it.
All we're asking is that everything in the building is up to date and legal. That's all we're looking to make sure. The application before us is only dealing with the apartments, but we want to make sure that everything is up to date. It's not that difficult for you.
It is, well, that's just how it's, okay. I shouldn't say that.
We're trying to help you out so that everything is in order.
Everything is right. Everything went through with Fred and Mary Ann and everything else. They checked the permits, they checked everything. I don't understand.
I see a notation on the plot plan at the first floor nail salon submitted an application in the year 20, number 20-7051. I know that you feel on the map, so I don't know if the parking requirement is different. I'm not sure how to know if that application was issued as a permit without needing to come here. Do you know if it was?
So it's still, I believe it's still under the business 1 for 200, so it should not change.
So was that application approved, if you know?
Of the nail salon?
Yeah, because I don't have, like, usually it would be permit number on my thing, but it's still an application number.
Understood. I was not the architect on that, I'm not sure that's done by the tenants. Get that information.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because I wasn't sure about the parking calculation. And so, back to the apartments, there's 2 of them now. And what were you mentioning that they wanted 3, then 2? What's that?
Right.
So back in 2009, there was an application to maintain 3 apartments on the second floor.
They said no.
So,
Wanted to know.
the board denied it, so we went back to 2 apartments, which is what is currently. See here, the pink is storage, blue is 1 apartment, yellow is 2nd apartment. So that's what it is on the second floor.
Okay, and that's what was put before the building department, and that's whatever you referenced was not relevant now. I mean, you're saying it's 2, that's what it is.
Correct, yes,
That's
we're
what we want,
maintaining
that's
2
what it is.
only.
Mr. Vogel, can they go to the buildings department now and obtain the proper papers to make an application for renewal of the drive-through?
I think they can submit the application. I'm not sure if it's going to be. They actually can submit the application,
But they can get the paperwork necessary to get the ball rolling.
I believe it is there, yeah.
Well, I also do believe that is all been handled digitally now, or do you use the paper applications? That's the other thing. I don't know if it's all online now, or they actually still accept paper applications.
He's just trying to make it easy.
When is the last time they renewed, or if you know when they renewed the drive-through?
Last year.
13.
When?
Last year.
Yeah.
But
That's when Fred went through everything.
Say Fred Jowitz?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one that went through everything and said everything was right now. He went through it.
What I have, my record is 2013. However, again, the tenant is responsible for that renewal, so it may have happened last year. Again,
So maybe you could just get us that information.
Okay, this is
Put it
what
in
we can
file.
do is we can close the case, just hold it on reserve, we can contact them. You're reacting like we're talking about a week.
And it's an ongoing use.
Yeah, I'm not even-
We're not holding
Yeah,
it
but the
up.
problem is, the bank that I have a mortgage for is holding up my $400,000.
Well, why didn't you say that? Now we know.
We can put it on.
And I'm losing the property because they're not making me allow me to make the payments because they think something's wrong.
Understood.
We are going
We
to
understand.
get this done. All we're asking is that you give us the backup that we need so we can finalize the decision and give you what you're looking for. And that can be done as quickly as you contact the tenant. Just show us that the drive-through is up to date, it's been granted, it's what the date is, and we'll be able to render a decision for you.
We might even be able to go to the building department right now and get
Maybe
something
we would-
and get it back over here. And we know that all the ducks are in a row administratively.
What is it, Fred Jarvis's word?
Is he here right now that we can ask him anything?
No, but I'm just
You
saying.
had a discussion with him. We don't know your discussion with him. We need something in writing on the record to make a
Just
decision.
go over and ask them to print it out.
I'm going to do that right now.
Please, do I have anything else from the board?
I'm moving hearing to close and not be placed on the decision calendar. You will both receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it is rendered. Please can be resolved until we take your vote.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
Next, we're going to recall 67722 West Hempstead Hempstead, Robert Mark Bell, variances lot area occupied, side yard added, construct two-story addition, second-story addition, both attached dwelling, also known as 607 Consolidated. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. Please take a seat, state your name and address.
Arnold Montag, architect, 350 Northern Boulevard, Great Neck, Suite 322.
All right, what can we do for you?
Good afternoon. Sum this up, as I see the last case wasn't so smooth and probably took a lot of time. So real quickly, we've got a one-story.
We're fine, don't worry.
Okay, then I'll take my time. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arnold Montag, representing Tammy and Robert Capel. We're here today to seek variances for the owners of 607 Colony Road, West Hempstead. It's a B-zone residential on the south side of Colony Road, 537.24 feet, west of Norwood Road in West Hempstead. We're seeking a variance, one for building area. We're not allowed to exceed 27.5% of the lot, but in our case with a small addition, we come up to 116 feet over, which is approximately 1.86% over in lot coverage, which is pretty much a negligible degree of variation from the law, and hopefully this can be granted.
What do you think, total 2936, is that what it is?
Yes. And for variance 2 is a side yard aggregate, which the dwelling right now, what we're looking to do on the extension, which is a partial second floor over the existing first floor, and a partial two-story addition, is to simply align it up with the present 5'3" in side yard. But by lining up the building so that it has nice aesthetics, we will be off by approximately 10¼ inches out of the aggregate. We've actually done about 3 or 4 additions on this home over the years, so these are people who really love being in the town of Hempstead and wish to remain here.
That's your case.
Yes.
What about the open permits? Construct second floor.
We will close those out along. I listed them on here in the drawings, and we will close everything out at the same time and have our inspections.
All right. Do you have any other questions from the board?
When the hearing closed, the matter was based on the decision calendar, so you can notify by mail.
Second. Thank you all in favor. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
I don't know yet. The folks got later and tell you when I was survey, how I find the board's decision. Thanks for every stay safe.
Next, we have cases 67922 through 68622, near Garden City, Carvana LLC. Install first illuminated wall sign projecting over roof line not permitted. Install second illuminated wall sign projecting over roof line not permitted. Install third illuminated wall sign projecting over roof line not permitted. Install fourth illuminated wall sign projecting over roof line not permitted. Install first illuminated logo sign parapet wall not permitted. Install second illuminated logo sign at parapet wall not permitted. Install third illuminated logo sign at parapet wall not permitted. Install fourth illuminated logo sign at parapet wall not permitted. Known as 2 North Avenue. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I did.
It's like the Magna Carta. What are you doing?
Tells a story. Good afternoon, Mr. Board, Mr. Chairman. William Vanessa from Chelsea and Tirana, 333 Rollo Boulevard, on behalf of the applicant, Carvana LLC. Seated to my right is Mr. Brett Hanlon, Hanlon's project manager for this project. And Brett looks calm and collected, but he's more ornery than that last applicant, so just be careful.
The one before the one.
We're before the board.
Ready.
Wait, Mr. Vanessa, is this the one we see on the Meadow?
Yes, it is. We're before the board this afternoon in connection with the new construction at at 2 North Avenue. North Avenue comes off, it's a dead-end road that basically dead ends on the parkway. It comes off of the west side of Eastgate Boulevard, which runs south of Old Country Road in the non-incorporated portion of Garden City, right across from that big shopping center, the Westbury, what's it, Gallery Westbury, where the Shake Shack is and those other stuff. That building, that development.
The Avis property.
The Avis property, exactly. That property, or this project was an as-of-right project. It's its own industrial, and as such, they can build a building as tall as they built. The uses are permitted use, so they needed nothing in the way of variances until it came to the signage. And what's before the board today is basically 8 signs, 4 logo signs and 4 name signs that will be up on the parapet. And the key thing to remember is that this is not a question of whether or not signs will be there, whether signs will be there or not. It's just whether the signs will be there as we're requesting them, or they will be there literally a little bit lower on the parapet than what we're asking for. We can have all the signs we're requesting as of right. They would just be off-center, and we'll show you as we go through the handout that I provided you. The real key here, though, first is to kind of give you an idea of what Carvana is. This is going to be the first Carvana, what they call vending machine on Long Island. Carvana is an online used automotive sales and purchasing.
That's for you, Mr. That's for you, Mr. You know what Carvana is.
Please don't make me in trouble.
Oh, I'm going to trouble.
I could probably
if you just start going through your handout, you'll see that Carvana represents a totally new way of buying used cars.
Tell us about it.
I'm happy to do so. And Brett will embellish on what I say with even better detail. But basically, everything is done online. You shop for your car online. There's tremendous inventory online. It's all handled online. The purchase, if you have a car to trade in, you can actually sell them a car online. It's a very seamless experience, and it actually typically saves the buyer more money than going to a used car lot. That's according to the
Could you walk through a fake one, Mr. Vanessa, to understand the process?
Oh.
No, I mean it sincerely.
Sure.
Like go through it and see how it works, and you can explain it to me. That would be.
No, I did, and in fact, they showed me the video. I had not been to one of these vending machines, but they showed me the video of how it works, and it's really, I mean, look, it's an entertaining arrangement.
It's interesting.
You know, you can pick up your car one of 2 ways with Carvana. Once you purchase your car, they will either deliver it to you, and if you turn the page, you'll see their
Yes,
trucks.
the act on the car.
Their vehicle will take it to your home, unload the car, it's registered in your name, and everything is done at your doorstep. Otherwise, if you choose to, you can go to one of Carvana's vending machines, which basically are supposed to look like large,
Elevator.
for lack of a better word, gumball machines that have these vehicles in them. There is an elaborate electronic system inside, an elevator system. The cars are displayed. It's great advertising for Carvana. The cars are displayed in the glass windows. And basically, when you buy the car, if you choose to pick it up from one of these facilities, they give you a point. How big's the point? They give you a
How
point.
do they give it to you? They mail it to you?
Mail it to you?
No, they give it to you.
Oh, they hand it to you once you get there. So
Oh,
you
they
make
have it, so
right. You
there's
make
a
an
person
appointment.
Oh, that's important.
Right. You make an appointment at the facility. You go to the facility. They hand you your coin. You put your coin in the slot, and you watch your car be pulled out of its
By a
loading
person.
rack by an elevator. Strictly electronic. All mechanics. Goes up. Puts a
So
pad
it
under
goes
the
like
car.
this and
Lifts
rolls it in or
it.
something?
Brings it out. Yeah. Sorry. You go ahead.
But yeah, these answers to all those questions about operations. So it is a hydraulic lift. It's all computerized. It goes to takes the pallet, each of the cars, there are 27 cars in the vending machine. It'll take the pallet down, lower it down, and then there's actually a horizontal conveyor to take it out to the delivery bay, and then the customer advocate will drive it out to the customer, and then they can take a look at it. There's no test drives that take place near the site. They do 7 days as a test-owned period, and if they dislike the car, if they get a lemon, they can return it, or they can pick it up from their house.
It's new and used cars, right?
No, it's only used.
And so, like, when someone gets online and they find the car, like if it's in Minnesota, they'll build in the time it takes to get it to the elevator that's near you or something.
Absolutely, yeah. It serves an advertising purpose, but it's also the endpoint and the very elaborate logistics network.
It's a market maker for cars.
And so it'll tell you a lot of times if it's coming from California, it's going to have $500 delivery fee, and then there are algorithms that try to maybe steer people towards cars that are similar to what they're looking for. But all of about 50,000 cars available for purchase at any given time, and all those cars are available, but they're at different areas and different hubs across the country.
And how many places do you have these? I've seen one of the ads I'm talking, but how many are actually in use right now around the U.S.?
Turn the page, you'll see Carvana operates
I do like that, Mr.
34,
Right up.
but the technical, they operate 34 vending machines across the country presently. They're mostly in the east and middle of the country. There's a few out west, and they're working on getting some more. And then the next page, you'll see basically the floor plan. The only floor plan. The rest of the building is just basically stacked vehicles. But there's the customer welcome center. There's some office space. There's a prep room where the cars come in. When the cars are going to be prepped for delivery to the client, they come in. They're cleaned up a bit. But there's no automotive repair work. There's no auto body work. There's nothing like that done here. Just basically a quick cleaning, and then it's stored in the vending machine. And then the buyer makes an appointment. Comes down, they meet with the person who works there, they're given the coin, they put it in, comes down, as Fred said, they are allowed to take a look around, make sure they don't see any new scratches or anything on it, they drive off, they have 7 days to return it if for some reason they're unhappy with it.
How many employees? I see there's a break room.
So there will be 30 employees, but they're all staggered in 3 different shifts.
So how many at any one time?
Yes.
About 10.
Not that actually matters. So I'm going to assume most people, I'm just interested. So do most people, I guess most people would talk, like if I was renting a car, I would just say like, wow, they might as well bring it in the house, why am I going to do that? But I would think this is an excellent way in terms of, this is great advertising. Is that primarily to these? Not that it's not useful to some people, but.
So that is, it's hard to say because it saves Carvana money when people come to the tower. They don't have to send out a driver. It helps with the logistics that way. But yeah, about 50% of people that have the option to live nearby a vending machine pick it up at the vending machine.
Just so see how it works.
Right, yeah, people are intrigued by it. I don't know if they would do it twice.
Well, plus you might not want people to know where you live at.
If you go to the machine to pick up the car and they give you the coin, and you put the coin in, and you're overpaid, to give you back change in spare parts?
It does not. It breaks you off.
You know,
and sometimes it steals your cord too.
I would want to keep the coin and like put it on my walls like my first Carvana purchase.
It's expensive.
Like as a cool, I would like get it back at the bottom of the coin return.
They do. I actually lost mine. It's kind of a sensitive subject, but yeah. It's in my
You got it back?
Yeah, they
Keep as a keepsake or
They
something?
give you the coin.
They give it, yeah.
Oh, that is cool. Hey, I got that right too. That's so neat.
Yeah, it is. Remember their oversized tokens.
I'm surprised there's 10 people on site at any given time. I wouldn't have imagined, given all the automation, I would have thought there was like one guy there, you know, scanning out coins.
I think it's because of Brett wrong. They have multiple deliveries, at a time during the course of the day. They've got associates helping various numbers of people, and then there are also the prep people who are bringing cars in, getting them ready to be stored in the vending machine. So that breaks down to about 10 people.
Do they bring cars in on car trailers?
Yeah, good question. So, yeah, Carvana has its, 9 car haulers, and it will make between 2 to 3 deliveries a day. And the 9 car haulers that are coming in will load up the cars that have been directly sold to Carvana or traded in and haul them out. So it's
But you're
efficient.
in an industrial area, right?
It is an industrial.
I've been public land,
there's
so
no
my questions
residential.
are because I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, there's no residential anywhere near this.
Irrelevant. Where do you get your cars in?
Most of the cars have been traded in or sold by somebody else. I think they get a lot of them from auctions, car auctions. I think those are definitely primary ways.
Are they then certified by your company that they're up and running?
Certified pre-owned?
Yep, that's a great question. So cars that are sold to Carvana will go straight to the inspection and reconditioning center. That's where they're refurbished, fixed up, they're actually photographed in 360 degrees. So all of the little nicks and days in the car are annotated for the next purchaser. And then from there, they'll go, if they are not purchased right away, they'll go and be stored in a hub, which is not what this vending machine is, but we have a network of hubs around the country, and that's where they would be stored. All of the cars that would be on site here have already been purchased or have been traded in. So there's nothing for sale, there's no shopping.
You can't go to a Carvana vending machine and say, hey, I think I like that one up there, I'll buy that one.
Do people
Doesn't work.
also have the option of dropping a trade-off car? Like instead of just a pickup, is it also a drop-off?
Yeah.
Like if I go, okay, I'm gonna trade my car and I make a deal with blah, 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 and I bring the car over there, and however I'm gonna get my new car, so it doesn't matter? Or?
Yes, absolutely. You can trade it in on the spot. Yep.
And then they can put it into the thing, or they just hold it in the bag and put it on a truck to go to the fix-up center?
Yeah, it's separate.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't go directly into the vending machine because it first has to be reviewed and then certified, and any repair work that needs to be done is done off site, and then they would bring it back once it was sold, if it was going to be purchased in the sale.
So if I go by there and I see a 62 Corvette, that's probably already
Get online.
sold
It's already sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
online
Correct. The only cars that are there are ones that have already been sold.
and waiting to be picked up.
Waiting to be picked up. And that's what makes this different from your typical used car dealership. And if you turn to the next page, the car dealerships with the claw dinosaurs or the wavy guy.
Well, that's what that picture is for.
So you don't have inventory here. There's no inventory. These are all cars that are already sold. They don't use advertising props. There are no prices displayed on the cars, again, because they're already sold. There are no walk-in customers, no sales reps.
So what about the parking spots?
The parking spots are for storage of cars. And employee parking, and guess
So
what?
there will be cars stored on the property in all those marked spots.
Yeah, for fewer than 48 hours. So like temporarily staged. That's how I like to frame it.
Oh, because you're anticipating that you may have more cars sold in the queue than that which could fit into the elevator.
Because it's the appointments are scheduled in 15-minute intervals, so a maximum of 40 cars or customers are going to be vetted a day. But yeah, that's emptying the tower once and once a half. So yeah, you need cars ready.
The business model is such that, like, we can put 40 there, but what if we sold 60? We got to get them over there queuing for the glass thing, or you put the prettiest ones in the glass thing.
Right, yeah, it really helps everything run smoothly to have a open stage.
I presume as soon as one comes down and goes out, another one goes
Sure.
up.
If it looks nice enough to be in the display.
Having heard all this, and not wanting to be a party people, but isn't this application of science?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So,
Yes, but we wanted to learn something along the way.
okay. If you turn to the page that is Carvana design prototypes at the top, you'll see they have 3 different types of vending machine buildings. They have the standard one, which is the blue parapet. They have the revival red, which is the one that's being constructed here, which means that it's a red brick building around it. And then the revival white just has a different color facade on the base buildings. you'll see some pictures of the Garden City Carvana. Then the next page, you'll see where the site actually is. And now we get to the proposed sign.
Mr. Vanessa, I apologize, but I kind of missed that. I have a picture, I see the photo of the red, white, et cetera, but are you saying we're not sure which one you're going to have?
No,
or is it going to change
this one
colors?
is for revival reference.
Okay, that's what I
It's the
said.
center one. Yeah. And that means that the building itself on the ground floor is red brick. And the parapet is a black parapet, and it's not, there's no light band that goes around it. Some of the other ones in more urban areas have light bands that give a greater effect. This is not, that's not on those. So if you go 4 pages from there, you'll see the sign package. The channel letter signs are literally the 4 signs that say Carvana, and they'll be centered on the parapet, which is above the roof line. The code says that you can only go so far above the roof line with a sign on a parapet. We're asking to go a little higher, and I'll show you the difference in a moment.
Those are the 4 that are first.
The 4 that are first, those are the 4 signs that actually say Carvana. Then you have the logos on the corners of the building. Those are denied also because of the location, but also because they are considered projection signs because they're not flat against the building. There's a system, a mounting system that extends them out onto the corner, because if you notice the buildings, in the corners of the buildings, it's not.
But in fact, they don't protrude out.
They don't
If
protrude
the
out.
building were squared off,
Correct.
they would not protrude out.
So that needs relief, as does the location. So now, the next page where it says signage proposed, that's what we're asking for it to look like with the variances that we need to go a little higher than permitted. And if you turn the page, you'll see that that's how it is on all of the Carvana sites out there. Their branding is very important to them. They're right consistency with their work. They want to maintain that consistency. So the next page, where you see the side-by-side, if you look on the left, where it says signage permitted by right, you'll see the Carvana words, where the word Carvana is lower on the parapet. It's not centered on the parapet. And then you see the logos are also lower. And what has to be done there is, in order for them not to be projection signs, they would have to design, fabricate, and install aluminum panels that would take out that notch and basically create a facade to put those coins on there. That's a very expensive process. They've estimated that based upon what they did in terms of examining what they would have to pay to design, fabricate, and install them, it'll be over $110,000 for the design and installation of the additional aluminum composite materials that would be needed to convert the proposed logo signs from projecting signs to logo signs. It will also take 8 to 10 weeks to manufacture, and it will also require them to stop the operation of the facility in order to install it. So it entails a significant financial cost, and it entails delays in terms of their getting open. They're trying to get open by, is it December?
Yeah, mid-December.
Yeah, mid-December is when they're trying to get open. If they have to fabricate these things and build it, it'll take 8 to 10 weeks. They won't make their date. Furthermore, it costs $110,000, and it doesn't even look as nice. Certainly, we feel it doesn't look as nice.
I'm looking at the permitted on the corner, the logo sign, versus what you propose, which is obviously smaller, and doesn't protrude anymore. Were you given an explanation why that one would be as of right versus the one you proposed? Like just in other words, squaring up, or putting the angle, the one with the red line.
Yeah.
That versus what you're proposing.
That's not what we're proposing.
That versus what you're proposing.
It turns the projection signs into wall signs. And so the projection
I
signs.
understand.
Because now you can set
It's on the wall
the
instead
sign
of being
directly
sticking out,
on
even though it
that
doesn't
panel.
protrude anymore.
Correct. And no longer a violation. So, in so many words, it'll save Carvana significant financial expense and a lot of time if they're allowed to put the signs that they've asked for, which are really only a little bit higher than what's committed as right, and which we think look better because they're centered on the parapet. It allows them to maintain their branding, which is very important to them. And it has no negative impact whatsoever. The signs can be there either way. The light, there's some information on the light emission from the signs. It's very reasonable, less than no measurable light trespass attributable to the signs when measured from 4 feet from each of the sign faces. So these are properly lit so as not to intrude on surrounding area. It's not a beacon that is going to be a hazard or a distraction. So we certainly feel that the benefits of the variances being sought will significantly benefit the applicant while not harming the surrounding community. So we're asking that the modified sign locations and installation.
That's your case. All right. Any questions from the board?
Chairman, I move that hearing is closed and none of the case on the decision down is connected to any client. Be notified by mail the board's decision once it's done. Thank you.
Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Vanessa, thanks for the story.
Next. Before we report,
I didn't want to waste the board's time, but I didn't know how many knew how Carvana works.
Sean doesn't.
How long does the car stay?
What's the typical time frame of the car?
I think by the time the owner comes and picks it up or has to take it out.
A matter of hours. Fewer than 8 hours.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Good luck. We have the paperwork.
Sean goes down and
Those damn chairs.
Yeah, they come up from comfy chairs to the ones that can really fit in.
Are they getting a better chair?
Yes.
You want a better chair? Yes.
Yes.
I can. It's just in the books. Well, they don't have that.
Forget that.
Is it easier for you if we try and sync all the dates together so everything renews at the same time?
Yeah, that's fine.
Joe? Joe, just got your answer. He said okay?
The thing is that these are different tenants, correct?
Correct.
So your tenants are going to, the tenant who has,
At least this way you know when you're up for renewal, everybody's up for renewal.
Right, exactly. We just do it all. I just need the approval so I can give it to the bank.
All right.
but wait, so something that renewed in 19, what are we going to give it now, 3 years more, or?
Yeah, the 23rd, that makes sense.
So are we only going to give 3 years to this current request?
Fine, whatever. I just get it done. That's
All
what
right,
I'm
you got it. Okay. All right, so when we do our decisions, these are our records, so we can actually just accept them. You don't have to present them. So, all right. So that can please start hearing anything else today. We're going to do a short break, then we'll do decisions.
Thank you for your-
reserve calendar.
Thank you very much.
You can check back tomorrow morning and see what.
So you're gonna decide a lot of cases this evening, not all of
I
them?
gotta decide.
Yeah.
Well, we decided.
We don't know yet.
So,
All right.
well, we can.
Thank you very much.
I agree with Joe.
Sarah? No, but at least give them good example.
Call the case on the frequent decision calendar. So we're just going to take them out of order on the decision calendar. We have a case 678 of 22 near Island Park, 4261 Realty Holding LLC, properties 4261 Weston Boulevard. Do we have any discussion? We now have proof that the drive-through for the Dunkin' Donuts is good until March 23 of 27, and that the hair salon is also approved. So, do we have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that case 678 of 2022, as you previously described, affecting the property 4261 Hudson Boulevard, be approved as requested with the condition, as a temporary, to 3/23/27, with the condition that the applicant ensure that the front yard setback is not used for parking because it's not approved for that, parking or storage.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
You'll get a letter stating what was just said within 10 days.
Thank you. Well, it's approved, I can tell the bank if it's approved.
Take it to the bank.
Thank you. Case 675 of 22 Belmore, Christopher Stadmeyer, 2635 Martin Avenue in Belmore. Any discussion? If not, have a motion.
I move the case 675-22 Belmore be granted as requested.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Case 676 of 22 West Hempstead. Floyd Antonelli and Deborah Santinelli, mother daughter, 545 Maxwell Street, West Hempstead. There was no BAR recommendation. Any other discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
Motion in case 676 of 2022, 545 Maxwell Street, West Hempstead, be approved as requested, reasonable mother-daughter condition.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next case, 677 of 22 West Hempstead. Robert and Tamar Capel, 607 Colonies Road in West Hempstead. This one has mobile permits. Otherwise, is there any other discussion?
I move case 677 West Hempstead. Robert and Tamar, Capel at 607 Colonies Road, be approved as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next case is 679 through 686 of 22. Near Garden City, Carvana LLC. Property address is 2 North Avenue, near Garden City. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move, Mr. Chairman, the case 679, 2022 through 686 of 2022, near Garden City, Carvana LLC, as previously described it, be granted as requested, usual signed conditions, which I think you can find.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? In this case, 332-22.0, 70 Lido Boulevard, 2 LLC. Property is 70 Lido Boulevard for Lookout, adjourned to March 29, 2023, 71st, 2 p.m. All right, back to the reserve calendar. We have a couple of things we want to do.
Yeah, the first one's the ones.
Case features.
Okay, so the first one is 546 to 549 22. What do we hear? Congregation Eichmann Dash, page 1. Just that, from Mr. Vanessa, and he was requesting administrative without any statements made on 546.
Requested me to make a statement.
No, we were holding it as you would expect.
Well, we wanted to have a whole contingent here.
Yes, you wanted that contingent.
I have no problem with it.
I don't have any, I don't have.
Do a draft grant? Draft grant with the sequence. Okay?
The only other one I have again is on page 2, 572, 573, is just the release day as the Elmont. I sent the draft grants to the board yesterday afternoon. And was there any discussion, the changes the board wishes to make, or if there were time to look on Elmont Church?
You okay? All right, so what's a motion to accept the draft grant?
I'll make that one.
Mr. Regano, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Did we do 705, 708? Or was it waiting for the whole contingent?
We did not go into that.
Do we want to send it? Mr. Regano, we were waiting for the whole board to address potentially the case on page 3 of the reserve case.
I looked at it, and I think Mr. Regano was looking at it. So some pictures. Yeah.
I also, I feel like, was there one or more cases? Do we have any on the other calendar? We were holding for the opinion, I guess we did.
No, this was the aviation ability.
No, we didn't. Yeah, I can always wrong.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, anything else? Patrick?
What did you say about the one in Belmont?
We're going to hold up Mr. Gavin
So I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, we'll be back next Wednesday.
Sorry.
It's too late.
I did not sleep well last night.
I didn't even have it.
What's the anticipation? You're going to go.
My son's schedule.
That's exactly mine.
Doing it. All right. Thank you.
So this one we have here. Very
Wait for Patrick.
Just turning it off.
What are we talking about?
Well, do you have one for each of us?
I am so confused right now. No, I really don't.
Still on the air.